I have been infected by Genshin Impact. That's really the best way to describe it. It has seeped into my pores and through open wounds in my flesh to spread throughout my circulatory system and cause gaming arrhythmia. I played Genshin at launch 9 months ago for like 2 hours, never touched it since then, until about a week ago I randomly decided to hop back on in a fit of boredom, and now I'm adventure rank 37. I have utterly no-lifed it for a total of 86 hours in the span of a week. How did I manage that, you ask? By neglecting all my other responsibilities, of course. Genshin is one of those status-based ongoing games, where if you haven't hit the latest level cap or have gacha rolled the latest characters, you are lower in status than your colleagues and you can feel it. Characters come in and out of rotation as possible winnings when you spend wishes on limited time event banners, and I spent most of the last 9 months not getting anybody, which means I missed out on a lot of opportunities others didn't, and now I don't have Ganyu or Shinsho, and I lament this ordeal at every turn. Someday my prince and princess will come back into rotation. Someday. As a late-blooming newcomer, this episode will be dedicated to all my thoughts on Genshin so far, so let's have ourselves a messily categorized video-watching experience. When Genshin first came out, people created a cappella groups so they could go door-to-door singing Breath of the Wild Clone. And there were several reasons for this comparison. 1, it was an open-world game that takes place outdoors, and Breath of the Wild invented that. 2, you can climb any surface like Spider-Man, and it's tied to a stamina system, which to be fair is definitely the most BOTW thing about Genshin. 3, you can cook. That's about it. Everything else Genshin does is, if not entirely original, put together in a way that blends into a unique experience. The different elemental reactions that trigger during combat when two are applied simultaneously are cool. The upgrade systems and gear mechanics are large and deep like my ass. The systems all weave together in an interlocking way that means you're never really doing anything pointless, because everything you acquire and accomplish is useful for something. Your characters need ascension materials to breach level caps. Your weapons need upgrade materials. Your talents need upgrade materials, your artifacts need to be leveled by using other artifacts as materials. Lots of materials are sorted into tiers that can be crafted with multiples of the same kind of material from a previous tier. There's a ton of stuff that goes into maximizing your character's utility, and it requires some studying if you don't want to spend a lot of your time wondering why you're so wimpy. This game is grind personified, but it's a satisfying one that I am routinely pleased to undergo when I know I'm working towards things that are super necessary and immediately beneficial in a visible way. My character's stats can shift dramatically just by swapping out a few artifacts or ascending their weapon, and I'll go from wondering if my sword is a toy to carving giant chunks out of enemy health bars. A lot of the grind is in exploration. The map at this stage of development is humongous, with always more to come during content updates, and it is absolutely littered with chests. If chests had a carbon footprint, this game's continent would be engulfed in flames. There are probably more than 1,000 scattered across it, of differing quality, unlocked by solving puzzles or defeating enemies or just by walking up and opening them. Chests are the most consistent means of getting XP books, which are items that you use on your characters to make them gain XP. You also get XP from killing enemies, but no you don't. You do, but nah. Killing a high-level elite enemy will give you 40 character XP. Meanwhile, the lamest, most common book will give you 1,000, and your character in the mid-game needs 70,000 just to level up once. Enemies do not give XP, which makes it a valuable resource, one that disappears quickly because the books that actually give a decent amount are rarer, and the further you get in the game, the grindier it is. I can actually enter a pretty zen state of just roaming the map in search of chests. I find that general gameplay loop to be fun until you can't find any more chests, and the game's like, well, you've only completed 30% of this small part of the region, and I'm like, okay, did you bury the rest of the chests underground? Because I can't fucking find them. But I do think Genshin has engaging gameplay, and the fact that you control a party of 4 characters that you switch between on the fly to set up elemental combos and AoE attacks makes the combat fun and strategic in real time. Speaking of characters, this game is all about the characters. They are the focal point. They are the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, and they are all unique, and most of them are worth nurturing a gambling addiction to try and acquire for yourself. Genshin gives you 5 characters, including your main character, for free during early game story quests, the same ones for everyone, and then the rest of the currently 33, with more soon on the way, must be won through random gacha-style currency spending, interspersed with a potential flood of garbage weaponry. Some characters will have boosted chances to be won during different events, while many of the 5-star characters just can't be won until an event that features them rolls around. The aforementioned Ganyu, for instance, is completely unavailable right now, and there's no telling when she'll get back in the rotation. This system is very nuanced, and I have a lot of things to say about it. The first is that the characters are 100% worthy prizes. We're not talking about, oh, look at this cool pointless cosmetic skin I got, which more on that later, or, oh, this thing is cool because it's rare and that's it. No, we're talking about fully functional characters with fleshed out personalities, thoughtful lore, and unique abilities that change how you play the game. We're talking about bragging rights with boobies when it comes to the waifus, although the dude characters are sick too. And yes, this game's got waifus to spare. Why do you think I've specifically mentioned Ganyu 3 times now? It also has children. Try not to confuse the two. So the prizes are very worthy, but what's actually required to get them? A lot. So you buy these things called wishes, which are what you use to roll the dice or spin the wheel, or however you want to whimsically describe getting on your knees and praying for good fortune. Those wishes are bought using in-game currency called primogems, which are earned in-game from completing quests, opening chests, filling out a frankly ridiculously large challenge book, playing limited time events, etc. There's a ton of ways to earn them, but I would say the overall accumulation rate is slow. You get like 2 primogems for opening a chest, and it costs 160 of them to buy a wish. Combined with all the other methods, unless something special is going on, I'd probably earn enough for maybe 3 wishes a day if I played for 3 hours. And 3 wishes are more than likely just going to result in you getting 3 trash weapons, because it's about a 5% chance to get 4-star items, which include the more common but still rare 4-star characters, and less than a 1% chance to get 5-star items, which include 5-star characters. To kind of but not really mitigate these almost blasphemous odds, every 10 wishes you are guaranteed to get a 4-star or higher item, and every 90 wishes is a guaranteed 5-star. I'd say I've been relatively fortunate, because having earned probably 90% of my wishes just from grinding and not spending real money, I've still managed to acquire some nifty characters, including 2 5-stars, so it's definitely possible to get a decent amount of mileage out of wishing without spending money. Because I think I forgot to mention, Genshin has another virtual currency called crystals, which are obtained exclusively by spending real money, and can be exchanged at a 1-to-1 rate for primogems. So if you buy 1,000 crystals, you can get 1,000 primogems. But you can't buy 1,000 crystals, you have to buy different sized batches of them at different preset price points, which are of course all designed to have runoff leftover loot to encourage you to spend more, because oh man, you're so close to being able to afford another wish, am I right? Also, I would call the pricing exorbitant. The first time you buy one of the batches, you get double what you paid for, which is a neat incentive, but afterwards, like, the $5 option is only enough for 2 wishes, the $15 option is enough for 6, and the $100 option is enough for 40. And I mean, 40 is no small amount, but it's also not even halfway to the amount of wishes it takes to get a guaranteed 5 stars, so maybe think about the fact that it's $100. Although, like I said, the first time you do it is double, so it's 80 wishes, which is definitely the best worst deal on offer, and you are playing an otherwise free game, and you are trying to get that waifu after all. I'm attempting to avoid being a hypocrite by only spending other people's money on Genshin, thanks to my occasionally generous donators, and by turning it into content that then turns around and benefits all of us by doing the wishes on stream or in a dedicated video. When the new Inazuma update drops on July 21st and the new characters and banners come out, I'm planning on doing 100 wishes on stream and then turning it into a video. I've been grinding wishes for days in anticipation, and I'm up to 30 purely earned ones, so good for me, I'm trying to be diligent. But back to the system itself. It's no secret that this game will suck your money right out of your chain wallet if you let it. The gacha stuff is designed to be maximally enticing, but I also have to give it credit for succeeding by actually being maximally enticing, and being part of a game that's as good as Genshin is. I want these characters, some of them badly, and there are some areas where I weirdly think Genshin isn't enough of a money vacuum. This is where we get back to skins. Genshin offers an absolutely unfathomably limited, but existent, range of cosmetic outfits for characters. You would think character outfits in a game where the characters themselves are so sought after would be the most lucrative, easy thing to exploit, right? Well, these weirdos are literally selling one outfit. One single outfit. I don't know how it's been historically, but in the past week I have had the option to purchase one outfit for one character and participate in an event that would earn me one other outfit for one other character. Huh? You could mass produce these things and make millions. You could do that shit and then make the drop rates better for wishes if you felt uncomfortable making too much money. Like, what the hell are you doing over there? How are there not 6 outfits per character that all sell for $18 each? The one outfit that is purchasable costs 1,350 crystals, which is like $20 because you have to buy the $15 badge and then the $5 badge to have more than enough. Like, you're already slimy. Your hands already have gambling blood on them. Why is this part of it so strangely limited? It's funny because the one outfit supposedly originally cost 1,680 crystals, but it's 20% off, except it's been 1,350 the entire time it's been available to purchase, so you're just pretending it's on sale when that's just the actual price from the get-go. Needless to say, $20 for an outfit is conspiracy to commit robbery. That's more expensive than legendary skins in Fortnite, and Fortnite has been in the business of grand theft since it launched. That said, you should have way more options for me to look at and not buy. It baffles me endlessly that you sell one outfit, like the most specific clothing store ever. You're like the lemonade stand of retailers. It's so weird. The last game that I got this invested in for the long haul was Destiny. I played that game for a year straight and then eventually fell off when the expansion started costing as much as the game itself. Genshin's updates are free, also as much as the game itself, and I can see myself committing to it for a long time to come. I very much believe in its longevity, and when I'm done playing catch-up, I'll be able to coast through each update with more relaxation, rather than being like, oh god damn it, I need 5 more adventure rank to be strong enough to do this event challenge. Go, go, go! Well, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you can like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at Sunburned Albino, and I'll see you guys next time.